Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. So today we're going to be using the last palette that I pulled a couple of weeks ago now, but I didn't get around to using it last week. So we're going to be doing 3 Look One palette with it again, just really testing it and seeing if I want to keep it in the collection. Now, I've not had too much luck with these kind of palettes from Revolution, the reloaded palettes, and I found like the eyeshadows to be really stiff. So I don't know if I'll be keeping it, but it is such a beautiful palette, like with all those blues, and I don't have anything like that in my collection, so that is probably the only thing that will let me keep it until I do find a better formula. But yeah, these are really beautiful. Let me just open it up. All I've ever done is swatched it. I'm going completely out of my comfort zone with all these blues, but yeah, I want to use it and see what it looks like. I'm not too sure which look I'm going to use first. I'm kind of leaning towards this one for the last look though, this really light blue. I'm losing my throat a little bit, so just ignore that. Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm going to be using. Oh, this one, no, that one there, very last. So I'm just going to tie my hair back. Still suffering with the tension headache, so I think I'm just going to tie the top part of it back. And I was thinking, normally I use the Conceal and Define, and I'm going to use this Rimmel Wake Me Up, which is in my Project Pan. It's my Project Pan concealer. I'm only using a little bit at a time now though with concealer, just because I don't want concealer to exaggerate fine lines. How many times can I say concealer in this video? But yeah, I thought I would use this on the eyelids instead of the Conceal and Define because, excuse me, the Conceal and Define, I've been using it quite a lot when I do 3 Looks One palette, and you can see a little window in it, and I don't know when I'm going to be next, I don't know when I can next go to Superdrug. I went to the local retail park a couple of weeks ago now and Superdrug was closed, so I'd only be able to get one online, and yeah, I don't want to make an order for a concealer, so we're just going to use this basically. I just need to get that mirror. Right, so let's put let's put some concealer down. I can't even get my words out today. It's not as white as the Conceal and Define, but it doesn't matter. So sponge. I'm going to zoom you in a second. And I'm going to have to get the Too Faced chocolate bar. If it was just about putting like a base eyeshadow over the top, then I wouldn't bother, but I like to use it as a brow bone highlight as well, and there is nothing like that in this Deep Dive palette. It's called Deep Dive, by the way, the Revolution Reloaded Deep Dive. So I'm not prepared at all. Let me just get my brushes. Right, so we'll put that there and use that later. And absolutely wonderful. We're not going to get through this video because my battery's now flashing at me. So let me just get the brushes I need. I put them all away yesterday because I didn't realise I was going to do this video. Just get these brushes out to start with. So again, we're going to be using the Zoeva 228 Luxe crease brush, and I've just bitten my tongue. Wonderful start to my morning. Right, what are we going to be using? I'm not really sure what I want to use for the first look. These eyeshadows really look overwhelming. When I saw this in Superdrug, I thought, oh, that looks like a nice palette, but only the shimmers. But obviously to test it, we've got to use the mattes. Maybe this blue then here. I'm just going in really tentatively so that I don't find it too difficult to blend out. That's not bad. Right, let's blend that out a little bit. I can find the brush that I normally use, which I can't, so I'll just use this PS Beauty one. My problem is I've got so many makeup brushes, guys. Yeah, that's blended out quite nicely. I think, I don't know whether to, yeah, I'll put this darker blue one in the outer V. Going well out of my comfort zone now. I don't use dark shades like this. And I like this brush because it only puts a little bit of colour on at a time. It doesn't really pack the colour on well. And that's why sometimes I'll go in with a Smashbox brush. I'm still actually waiting to do my, well, not waiting, I still got to make the effort to clean my makeup brushes. I don't really like blue matte eyeshadow, I will be honest. Right, let's put this blue on. This blue shimmer. It's actually quite smooth. It's a lot smoother than the ones in the... I've just used a palette. What's it called? Let's just tell you what that one was called. The Revolution Reloaded Affection palette. This one. The eyeshadows are a lot... Well, this one is... This blue one is a lot nicer in formula than the ones in there, which I'm finding amazing, just because I would have thought blue eyeshadow, because it's darker, would take, you know, it would be harder to make. It's still not as pigmented as I would like, I will say that, but the actual formula of it is quite nice. I'm going to try it wet as well in a second. I'm just going to get it down on the eyes first. I think I'd really like this blue with just a normal crease transition shade. I don't really like I've said earlier, I don't like a lot of colour in the crease. But that's just me. I'm just going to put this through the colour switch and we'll use this brush. Just a Real Techniques shading brush. And we've just put some of the Primark Glow setting spray on. Oh, that is a really nice blue shimmer. I do like that. I don't think I've got any blue shimmers. I used to have a Makeup Revolution big massive palette with all these colours in. Every colour that you could think of. I used to have it, but I gave it to my mum. And in hindsight now, I should have borrowed it to do that Thanks a Million rainbow tag that I did. If you've not seen that, I'm going to link it here. I'd really appreciate you going to watch it, just because it is for a good cause. It's for all the NHS and key workers staff. So yeah, it's just to say thanks to them. Wipes. Yeah, it's just to say thanks to them really for all that they do. Right, so my light is fully charged up. We've got a fully charged battery, so hopefully we'll be able to get through the rest of this video without any problems. So I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit because there was like powder everywhere. So yeah, I really like that blue, but I'm just going to try and build the colour up a little bit more. We was just doing that before we got rudely interrupted, so let's zoom you in a little bit more. So let's do this. I really like my shimmer eyeshadows, really pigmented. Can you hear that? Right, so the shouting stopped. We're gonna put on some of the white chocolate shade from the Too Faced chocolate bar. And honestly, is there any reason to shout up so loud like that? I don't think there is. Pass the person's intercom, for goodness sake. This eye's really watering. I don't know whether it's hay fever or what. So while I was waiting for my external light to charge up, I had half an hour of the last ever episode of Game of Thrones. So tonight, guys, I'm going to have to look for a really good show on Now TV. I really enjoyed Game of Thrones, but I didn't enjoy the ending. Let's just say that. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. I thought it was a bit weak compared to the rest of the series. But, hey ho. It's done now. All 8 seasons of it is gone. I'm surprised I've come to an end, but yeah. Right, so I'm really liking how that looks. Of course it would look better with a full face of makeup, but we're not there yet. So what we're going to do now is go in with this shade as an inner corner highlight. I'm just going to use this accent brush. So like always, at the end we'll do some swatches, just so you can see the eyeshadows that I haven't used, because I'm not going to be using all of these eyeshadows. So this is what look number 1 looks like. Could do with a bit more of a blend. Yeah, there we go. So we'll jump into look number 2 now. Right, so now we're going to go back into the Deep Dive palette. Part of me really wants to use this green here and then the shimmer here and see what they look like together. So yeah, let's do that. I need to just run this through the colour switch because it's looking a little bit dyed. Just looking at it, it really is a little bit dyed. Oh, that blue's not going to come off. Again, Fallout Central with these shades. I might try my Smashbox brush this time. They're not the most pigmented mattes, but I don't think you can expect that for the price point of it. £5, or I don't know whether that one was £4. I know that they've gone up now. I think this one might have been £4 when I bought it. Birds are out there again living their best lives. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Very green. I'm just gonna use the white chocolate shade for the brow bone. I'm really getting quite a dip in this white chocolate shade, so I like it when eyeshadow palettes don't have it, so I can, this is like my go-to palette for like transition shades and like the white chocolate shade, just because it's part of my Pan That palette for this year. So I've just done an update. I'm not too sure whether it's on the channel yet, No, I don't think it is. I think it's going up soon. I think it might be going up before this video, so I'll just attach it here somewhere when this one goes up. Oh, I didn't know there was a darker green. We'll use that in the outer corner then. So much fallout. Just in the outer V here. A little bit through the crease. So hungry. Not too sure what I'm going to have to eat. Don't know whether to have pasta or chicken and rice. Anyway, I'm going to go in with this shade now, which is just this one here, just all over the eyelid. It's not really much green option, it's mainly just a blue palette, this. So I'm definitely going to have to dampen my brush and I mean, it's a nice shade, it's just not as pigmented as I would like. I'm just going to go in and do the other eye and then we'll dampen the brush and see how much we can build it up. It's more of a gold, it's like a gold with undertones of green in it. Just going to dampen the brush a little bit and we'll see what we can do. See if it builds up. Oh yeah, it's building up really nicely actually. That's actually really nice. Right, so now what we're going to do is just remove this eyeshadow and then we're going to do the rest of the face and we'll do look number 3. Right, so now we're going to move on to brows and I just need to let you know this is out of the collection now, so I was using it yesterday and the last of it broke on me, so we're having to choose a different one, which I don't know if it was that one that I used yesterday. Yeah, I think it was. Let's try using this one. It's not the greatest brow pencil, but it does need to be used. And there's quite a lot left in it as well, so all I need to do is just brush the brows out first. And then I go in with the brow gel over the top as normal. I can't remember what shade this is. I think it's medium brown. It's from Revolution. I just can't remember the name of it because it's worn off. just to make it a little bit more glowy and a little bit more bronzy. Might as well put a bit under my neck as well. Oops, nearly dropped the mirror. If I drop that, I'm going to get 7 years of bad luck. Don't know what blush to wear today. I'm going to be using for a highlight. I think I'm going to use Pillow Talk today. I've not really used that one. But for blusher, I don't know. I'm tempted to use this one again because when I used it the first time, and I think I'm almost sure I used it in the Get Ready With Me, I wasn't too sure whether I liked it or not. I'll try and go with a lighter hand today. Maybe I'll use this blush brush. So this one is the Real Techniques 403 Rebel Edge Medium. It comes in a set. Just going really lightly, and we can always build the shade up. Some of it comes across like a highlighter, like it's really sheen. It's got a real sheen to it. I actually prefer it with this brush than the other brush. I looked a bit like a clown because it put too much on with this New Look brush, so I think I might use that for blushing more often. So yeah, we'll just blend it in a little bit. Right, and then we'll get that highlighter palette. I'm just going to spray the face actually with this W7 Ready Set Glow Rose Gold. This is the only setting spray I've got apart from the Real Techniques one, and why do I keep saying that? Primark one is the only other setting spray I've got. It's like I've got Real Techniques on my mind. Yeah, so the Primark one is the only other one that I've got. And I don't like that. So I only use the Primark one for shadows, and also for you know, going over the face once I put foundation on. Ooh, that one smells absolutely gorgeous, guys. So today, where are you today? I thought I would try and put highlighter on with this little brush here. I see loads of people just putting it on with a brush like this, so I just thought I'd see how it went on with it. If it doesn't go on well, then we can always just use this one that I always use, this Real Techniques one. So yeah, today we're going to be using this little baby, and we're going to be using this one. This one is Pillow Talk. It's quite a pink highlighter. See how it looks. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Yes, 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 please. I'm just going to blend it in a little bit. Oh, I haven't put it on my nose and my Cupid's bow and all that. Got to make the most of it, haven't you? How could I forget that? Too busy concentrating on the palette, that's why. Oh yes, I like that. Right, so now we're going to go in with the Revolution Reloaded Deep Dive palette again. So I have put the concealer down, but let me just put the white chocolate shade down quickly. Okay, so we can put that away now as well. No, we can't. Brow bone highlight. I don't know where my head's at today. So said I wanted to use that, but that one is a very similar shade as well. It's just a little bit darker, so I might use both. I might put that one on first, and if I'm not happy, then I'll go in with that little bit of a darker shade. Personally, I don't think you need two shades similar in the palette, but obviously it's called Deep Dive, so they wanted to put all different variations of blue in it. Right, so what we're going to do is obviously go in with this blue here like we did in the first look. I don't really feel as though I've got any other options really. I'm going to go in with this brush though. It might be a mistake because, in fact, what I'll do is I'll go in with the Zoeva one and get a really not a lot of colour down, and then we'll go in with a Smashbox and build it up a little bit. Just want to see if we can actually build it up and how it looks. I think that's pigmented enough. I must have like been pressing the brush down a lot harder this time. I don't think I need to go in any more than that. That's quite pigmented. I'm just going to try and blend it out a little bit. Right, and then we'll put some white chocolate down, and then we'll officially be finished with the palette. And then, yeah, then we're gonna, I don't really want to deepen the outer V out, so we're just going to go in with this one. It's going to be just a really simple look for this last look. Isn't that gorgeous, gorgeous blue? It's really pretty. I think, even though it's quite pigmented, I think I'm going to build the shade up. So I'm just going to put this brush through the colour switch, this shading brush by Real Techniques. I'll definitely be keeping this palette, guys, just for all the variations of the blue eyeshadows. And I think I'm gonna use blue on the lash line as well. I might go in with the blue that I've used on the crease and then a darker blue over it as well. Really, really like that. I'm not too bothered about the blue on the crease either. I think it really blends in nicely with it. Right, so in the corner, what shall we use? You know, I'm kind of being drawn to this one. It's not an inner corner highlight, is it, by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it would look nice with the blue shimmer. Let's test it. Let's put my theory to the test. Oh yeah, I really, really like that. Yeah, so we'll definitely be keeping this palette, just because I don't have a collection of blue eyeshadows like this, and when I want to do a blue eye look I can just go to this palette. So yeah, really, really liking how that's looking. So let's just take all the colours off this and we'll use this on the lash line. So we're going to go in with shade 3 first, that one that I've just used all over the crease. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? I remember about 3 years ago, I just wouldn't play with colour at all. Such a neutrals girl at heart, and I still am to a certain extent, but I will venture out. Yeah, I will venture out and play with colour now. And I do think like turquoise eyeshadows suit blue eyes, I really do. So now we're gonna go in with this navy blue here, just over the top, and like in the centre of the eye I might put this shade that we used in the on the eyelid. I really can't speak today. I think I like the other colour more, so I'm just going to go back in with that. Oh, that's not working. So I guess we'll have to use that navy blue. Right, and then we'll go in with a shimmer. And the shimmer is number 8 in the palette. Just in the centre. Which you can't really see. Yeah, you can't really see it. Never mind. This is what we're looking like so far. I'm going to get my black eyeliner and tightline with that. And I have got a blue Dior one somewhere. We could have tightlined with that, but I want to do black. Besides, this is in Project Pan. It's just looking a bit patchy. Mascara, you know the drill, guys. It's just same old, same old. The 3D Lash Effect one from Primark. I've not bought a new one yet. I think I'll buy a new one at the end of May. Yeah, it's definitely starting to clump. Oh well. And now it's just lipstick. I'm thinking I want to go neutral. I've not used this lipstick in a hot second. It's the Tanya Bear one and it's in the shade Pink Cocoa. It's a really, really pretty shade. Everyday nude. Really, really gorgeous. So let's put some of that on. My lips are feeling a little bit chapped, so I'm glad this is a cream lipstick and not a matte. But yeah, that's what we're looking like so far. So let's come out. Let's untie the hair. So this is the eye look. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into the swatches. I did swatch a couple before. Let me just take them off my hand. And I'll tell you my opinions on it, if I think it's worth it or not. Right, so what I've been doing is I've been going off camera and doing the swatches, so I'll continue to do that. We're doing it row by row, so 5 eyeshadows at a time. There's 15 in here. So yeah, let's get to that. Right, so that's the 5 eyeshadows. So right off the bat I can tell you the mattes are very, very chunky and chalky, which I thought they were when I was putting them on my eyelids. The first time around I noticed that it wasn't really going on well, but that could have been my fault. I might not have had enough eyeshadow on the brush because I was a little bit tentative about putting too much of this light blue down here. So let's start off with the shimmers. So this is the first one. So this is shade 1. It's not the one I've got on my eyes, it's a little bit darker. And then we've got this really pretty gold, which is shade 2. That's 2 swatches. The texture of them feels really, really well, feels really, really smooth. Like I said, it's not like the other Revolution Reloaded Affection palette I used earlier on in the week. The texture of those eyeshadows just didn't feel right. I don't know whether that's a newer formula that they're using, because I did get this one after I got the Revolution Affection one, so I don't know if they've changed formula or anything like that. Then we've got this blue matte, and you can see just how chunky it is, but it does blend out well. As you can see, I'm using it on my eyes in my crease, so it does really blend out well. Then we've got this gorgeous silver shimmer here, and then we've got the navy blue there, and again you can see it skips. The swatch of my hand's showing it skips, and yeah, I mean, even when it's blended out, it's a little bit patchy, but yeah, so that's row 1. So now we'll just jump into row 2. Right, so row 2 is looking like this. Right, so on the first eyeshadow is this one here, and it is quite chalky. It's just a really dark navy blue, and then we've got that green that I used, I think, in the second look. That again, got an itchy face, that again has quite a lot of fallout, but that one blends out really nicely. Can you see how there's no fallout there now? This eyeshadow here is the one that I'm wearing now, so that's shade 8. Really like it, really like that shimmer. And then we've got this like golden shade here, which is a nice inner corner highlight, which I did use. I think I used it in look 1 and 2, I'm not 100% sure. And then we've got shade 10, which is this navy blue here. Oh, that's actually a shimmer. I thought it was a matte. So yeah, it's a matte, sorry, a shimmer navy blue there. Which isn't the smoothest texture, but it does blend out well. Right, so now we're going to take the swatches off the hand and get into row number 3. Right, so the third and final row is looking like this. There's a lot of mattes here that are really patchy. So let's talk about the silver. The silver that I used in my inner corner. It's really nice as an inner corner highlight with this kind of look. So that just looks like that there. Really pretty. And then we've got this green shade down here, which I don't know if I used that. I don't know if I think I might have used it actually in look 2, I'm not 100% sure. But it is really chunky and chalky and patchy. Does it blend? Yeah, it blends out nicely when you blend it, so that's not too bad. Then we've got a grey one here. I wouldn't use this kind of shade anyway, but again, that one's quite chalky, but blends out really well. And then we've got this gorgeous gold green shimmer, which I absolutely adored. It looked really nice in the inner corner. And then we've got a black here, and again, I wouldn't use a black eyeshadow, so it's kind of irrelevant to me. I don't like going too smoky. As you saw, I was very tentative when I was just using this really light blue shade here. Like in the third and final look, I think I got more confident with playing with that actual eyeshadow. I did want to build it up a little bit more, but yeah, this is what we're kind of looking like at the minute. Well, I say at the minute, it's a finished look. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making it. I've really enjoyed using this palette. So my thoughts on the palette is you get 7 mattes and 8 shimmers. It's a great variation of colour. If you don't have a lot of blues in your collection, this is a great palette to pick up for. It's either £4 or £5 in the UK. I've got a feeling it might be £5 because they put all the Revolution Reloaded palettes up because they were doing really well, which I don't blame them. They're a company at the end of the day, so they do have to keep, they do have to put the costs up. But you know, when it starts out at £4 and then it goes up to £5, you know, you're like, what? I bought a palette last week that was £4 and now it's £5. So yeah, I don't actually mind paying the £5. You do get 15 eyeshadows, so it is great value for money. I really do like the shimmers, and I would love to use the shimmers just with like a neutral crease shade, something like Salted Caramel from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. It's a stunning eyeshadow that I'm sure we all know what it looks like, but it's very neutral. It's just that one there. So yeah, I would definitely really like to play with these two together and just see what looks I could create, because I'm not really the kind of person that plays with colour on her crease, but I don't think the look turned out too badly, did it? So yeah, I will play with it some more, but I think it will be going back in the collection on Monday when I choose some new items for my Shop My Stash. What I want to do on Monday is I want to use some project pan items, so I want to use this a lot more. I'm going to pull in one more palette and use that for a week, but I'm not going to be doing 3 looks 1 palette or anything like that. I want to use this as much as possible, and I think I'm going to be pulling the Shaaanxo palette in. The Shaaanxo Remix, I think it's called. I've got the original of that palette. I might do a comparison between, you know, the formulas of the old palette and the new palette. You'd expect them to be the same, but my older palette is old, obviously, so it's not going to perform the same way as a newer palette would. So I might do one eye with the old palette and one eye with the new palette and see how that turns out. But yeah, all the other palettes that I've pulled, like, I will be going back on Monday, and I'll just have 2 palettes to play with for the week instead of 4. Really been enjoying creating these looks for you, so I hope you've really enjoyed it too. So if you've not already subscribed, I would love it if you would. Please click that subscribe button down below and click the notifications bell. I'm currently working on a giveaway, quite a good giveaway for when I hit 500 subscribers. It's a long way away yet, I know, but it's good to have something to aim for. So yeah, it's going to be international, and I'm going to make that for 2 people, not just 1. So yeah, I hope you'll enter when it finally goes up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.